Yaddle Chattle.
Coming at you. Ho, 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 you ready? Who's ready for an exciting, action-packed Yaddle Chattle episode? Raise your hand. Come on, raise your hand. That's right. All the Yaddle heads, I hope, are raising their hands. You know, I can't see them because this is a podcast.
Well, I'm raising my hand, too.
Jared's raising his hand. By the way, my name is Darth David. I'm the Sith. I bring the darkness. I bring the evil. Okay? I bring the pain, baby, but I bring a little fun, too. I bring a little whoop, whoop. I bring a little ooh. And with me, as always...
He's rubbing his nipples.
Maybe not. With me, as always, the nice component of the show. The good guy. Ladies and gentlemen, Jedi Jared.
Thank you, David. It's good to be here.
Now, lots of Yaddle Chattle fans are wondering where the fuck you were last week, you piece of shit. A no-show right here on Yaddle Chattle. Jedi Jared forced Darth David to do the show solo and not Han Solo. Wait, did you like that joke, though?
Yeah.
Was that funny?
Yeah.
I had to do the show solo, but not Han Solo.
Yes. It was funny the first
Was that
three
funny?
times. It was funny the first 3 times.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
So no show, MIA, missing in action, a fucking total zero from Jedi Jared last week, and the Yaddle heads are noticing what the fuck happened. Hold on. In fact, I even had some Yaddle head fans wishing Jedi Jared a speedy recovery.
I know.
From whatever space aids he had picked up in the galaxy. God knows.
Did you say space age?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't at all.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
I mean, I may have. You're just gonna have to rewind on your podcast.
Okay.
But people were wondering what the deal, yo. So what?
We recorded a pretty fucking great episode last week.
It was good.
It was really good.
It was good. Let's not overhype it and say it's the greatest thing ever. It was good.
But it was a good episode.
Then they're gonna get pissed off at us.
And then the audio quality just
I nearly
went to shit.
The audio good. So what happened? Jedi Jared was in fact here. If you listened to Yaddle Channel last week, he was here. And literally, I always test the microphone before the show.
Yes.
And then I test. I look at the video immediately afterwards, just to make sure everything went okay. As Jared was leaving, I tested it, and it was just and I swear to God, I've never been more distraught in my entire life. I was thinking of hurting you. I was thinking of thinking of hurting me.
That's why I was like, better quickly exit.
Yeah, you left very quickly. He got out of here like George Costanza in Jerk Store. You were like, okay, it's Jerk Store called, and bam, you were running out of the goddamn room, out of the entire
I didn't want to be
apartment.
around for your meltdown with that.
Oh, it was a very serious meltdown. Because I just didn't understand. If we test the microphone
and we
before
do this
the
every week.
fucking program, and we do it every week, why that would happen? Here's the deal, Yaddle heads. I swear to Pete, I believe I have solved the mystery. I have the computer microphone. I have this beautiful HD microphone, which is the one we want to use. And apparently the microphone on the beautiful HD webcam is also... There's a microphone on the webcam.
Yes.
Sometimes, this has only happened one other time.
Yeah.
And I don't think the thing was ever unplugged. What happened is the microphones are fucking battling each other. Like goddamn fucking droids with minds of their own. And either the webcam or I think it was the computer microphone said, no, fuck the goddamn beautiful HD microphone. I'm going to be the one that Davey Mack is going to be talking into. That Jedi Jared will be talking into as well.
Yes.
And what the fuck? What's the point of that? I don't like the fact that my goddamn computer is making decisions for itself. So you know what I did? This is why I feel good. I feel happy. I feel confident. I went into the back end of the computer, as they say, and I found out you can disable shit, including the microphones.
Okay.
So I've disabled the webcam mic, and most importantly, I've disabled the computer mic. so that this is the only mic, the beautiful, goddamn beautiful Yeti thing that we got that's with $500 goddamn fucking microphone. This should be the only one that's even enabled. That's it.
Okay.
No more fucking overrides now. Knock on wood. I'm knocking on wood. Knock on wood. But hopefully no more fucking overrides.
I don't want to be around for another meltdown.
No. The next time, if there's ever some other bizarre override, I'm taking this entire apparatus and throwing it out the window. There will be no more Yaddle Chattle at that point.
Okay.
And I'll just have to say it was a wonderful run. I loved it, but all of the equipment is going in the garbage now. That's it.
All right.
Yeah. Now, let's get to Star Wars. So you're here.
Yes, I'm here.
You're not sick.
I'm not sick.
So the space aid's cleared up, folks. So your well wishes work. So a big, 50 points to Yaddle heads for putting the positive energy out to Jared and curing him of his very, very disturbing disease. I'll give you 1 point for showing up this week.
I appreciate that.
Now, what's happening? You're reaching into your back pocket,
No, I know.
taking out a gun or something.
We had an email. So
Okay, had an email.
That was queued up.
Let's do a couple Star Wars stories that came out there on the internet. Donald Glover, hopeful to do more Lando.
I am too.
Well, what do you think?
I think that if they're smart, they'll do it. I mean,
Do you think that there's even a possibility of this happening?
Yes.
Movie or
I think it's
series form?
like maybe a limited series to see how it goes
On Disney Plus.
on Disney
Correct.
Plus, or they could do like a Werewolf by Night, like a special
no,
short
please,
film.
into the microphone. And actually get a little, there you go. Now we're talking.
Maybe even do
nice
it,
and loud,
maybe
too.
do even like a special,
Now loud too,
a one-shot event.
Yes.
See how it does, and then turn it
Werewolf
into a series.
at Night was fucking great. I love that shit. I thought that was fantastic, and I wish Star Wars would do some of that. We haven't seen a live action, one-off like that. I thought that was very creative from Marvel, and I think Star Wars would do wonders for Star Wars. You could have all kinds of little quick one-offs. Listen, I'm all for a Solo sequel because really, we had just gotten to the point where he was going to go back to Tatooine. And I felt like we were going to get a little Han and Jabba, and we had Darth Maul a part of the sequel. I feel like we would have had Han, Lando, Jabba, Maul. That's a movie right now. Now we're talking. Maybe Boba.
I would like to see how Lando ends up as like an administrator on the Cloud City in Bespin. Like
he swindled some fucking asshole.
I'm sure, but maybe he's hiding out because he owes someone
that too.
Like
he swindled.
He's
he either swindled via gambling, swindled via theft, swindled via conning someone.
Yeah, so
that's what I'm saying. It's an overall generic swindling that Lando did there.
So I'd like to see how he ends up there from the ending of when he loses the Falcon to the point where he ends up in Bespin and Han's asking for help.
Do you like Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian?
He's great.
What about Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo?
I thought he was fine. I've seen Solo like 2 or 3 times now. I thought he was fine. I know that there's another guy. His name's Anthony Gruber. That's played another.
No. You're not saying you're actually going to consider recasting.
Oh no
Solo again.
No, I just know that guy really wanted the role.
It doesn't matter. He's not going to get the role. If they cannot recast, we can't have a third fucking Han Solo when you have a young Alden Ehrenreich out there who is more than capable of being young Han Solo.
The question is, does he have such a is his par for the course experience with Star Wars been very sullied because of being attached to all of the
I don't
bullshit?
think that he, though, got any shit on him. I don't think the cast, I'm not even sure how much the movie got shit on it. It just did terribly at the box office. But again, it did terribly because it came out 5 months after Last Jedi.
I think a lot of people...
Terrible booking on Disney's part. That's no one to blame but Iger and Kathleen Kennedy. Let's be honest. That there's no one to blame for Solo's failure. If Solo comes out in the summertime, May,
August.
it came out in May. What am I talking about? if Solo came out, if they just stayed on track with the December releases.
That probably would have done a lot better.
It would have at least gotten 600, 700 million. I'm telling you, it would have gotten that number. And then it wouldn't have been viewed as such a colossal fucking bomb. It only made something like $375 million with a budget and marketing of almost 300 million.
Yeah, so you're looking at about $500,000.
I mean, it was. But if they had made the 600 to 700 million, which I definitely think that would have happened, then we would have been in good shape. So that's the Donald Glover. Now, next story.
Yes.
George Lucas Museum opening up in 2020, on schedule to open up in 2025 in Los Angeles. Will Jedi Jared be going?
Probably not.
What? Now, Darth David has been to some of these fun things like Star Wars Celebration or the Man's Chinese Theater or different things.
I've been to Man's Chinese Theater.
All right. Have you been to the Redwood Forest there where Endor is?
No.
That's in Northern California.
I've never been to Northern California.
I've been there. Okay, so I've made some pilgrimages as a Star Wars fan.
Okay.
You have made...
None.
Well, you said you went to what?
I went to Man's Chinese Theater. I've been
All
there.
right. And that's more because that's where Star Wars premiered.
I've been to Mel's Diner.
So you...
That is a George Lucas spot.
But this sounds great. The George Lucas Museum, it's going to be all about the art of cinema and motion pictures. There's going to be a school there. But there's got to be, I mean, hopefully, he's not going to be stupid. He's going to have lots of Star Wars, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah. Whatever. I mean...
Sort of almost sounds like a movie Hall of Fame to me. And I think that's really cool.
Maybe
and almost long overdue, you know?
Maybe he's trying to, offload some of the stuff that he has at the Skywalker Ranch. He just doesn't
Save
want
some room.
He doesn't want to...
He wants to put in a jacuzzi and an indoor pool.
Or something
so
like
he's
that.
like, I don't need fucking 12 AT-ATs in that room over there. Yeah, I get rid of the goddamn AT-ATs. I can put a little hot tub in for me and the missus there.
Yes.
All right. Next one. Just brought up Star Wars Celebration.
Okay.
It kicks off Friday.
Tomorrow.
Today, because that's when the podcast gets released. It's good for you to know when the podcast release schedule is, you fucking...
No, sorry.
But, yes, we record these on Thursdays. Sorry, Yaddleheads.
Everyone
we do.
does that. Or not everyone.
We do, Yaddleheads.
All the hardcore Yaddleheads do.
Nevertheless, Friday, April 7th through Monday, April 10th will be Star Wars Celebration in London. The celebration will be streamed live on YouTube. How much will Jedi Jared be watching?
I'll tune in. Yeah, I will.
What does that mean? I'll tune in. Give us something here.
I will check it out. I will.
An hour?
Yeah.
2 hours?
I'll look into it for about an hour. I'll try to see some highlights on YouTube so that we have content for next week.
You're not going to watch shit.
No, I will.
I can just feel it.
No, I will.
Dude, when Star Wars Celebration streams on YouTube, I push play at 10 in the morning, and it stays on fucking YouTube, stays on my TV till 10 at night.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's not happening in my house.
Why?
Why? Well, I have a full-time job, and then
I don't work on the number one radio station in New Jersey.
Get done at 10 o'clock.
Where I get up at 4:30 a.m. I used to get done at 10 o'clock. I have a lot of digital responsibilities for Beasley Media these days.
Well,
I'll have you know.
Okay. I will probably be working about 10 hours, 10 hours tomorrow. And then
I'm playing a little fucking violin. 9 to goddamn 10 hours. Ooh. When I had to wake up at 7:30 in the morning from New Jersey to commute all the way up to fucking New York for Sirius XM,
I did that
and
today.
then come home. Hold on. You did it 6 days a week because I did. I would leave Monday through Friday. I would leave the house at 7:30 and get home at 9:30 at night.
Yeah, I have to go up to Rhode Island and Central Connecticut and Albany now. That's 6 hours just Rhode Island's
you
close
drive
to
Albany and then drive home?
Well, no, I have other places I have to hit. So I have to work, and then I have to drive home It's like a 12-hour day, 12 to 13-hour
Wait,
day.
hold on. From New Jersey, you're driving to Albany, and you're not just you're staying over there?
No. I come
How
home.
far is Albany from here? Isn't
It's
it?
a three-hour
I
drive.
thought it was like 8 hours.
No. It's a 3-hour drive.
Why would they have you drive to Albany from Monmouth County, New Jersey?
Because I got stores up there for my job.
This is no good.
Responsibilities.
This is no good. I know, but it's poor planning. Whoever your fucking boss is, well,
Let's not talk about my day job, please. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You brought it up!
No, well,
You said I can't watch Star Wars Celebration, David Mack, because of my work hours.
I will
They're
watch
so
it
long, baby.
probably on Saturday when I take the kid in the morning. I let my wife sleep in, and we usually watch Daniel Tiger or Mr. Rogers, but we can watch Star Wars Celebration. She loves Star Wars.
There you go. I'm telling you, she'll have a great time. Star Wars Celebration is actually really great to stream on YouTube. It's one of my favorite things that they do.
And it'll be mid-afternoon in London by the time that happens.
Exactly. Now, our good buddy, Germain Lussier,
G-Baby.
we call him G-Baby, but Germain Lussier has been a friend of mine for literally 20 years. One of the best, in my opinion, writers with regards to movies and television out there on the planet. He writes for io9.com or the whole Gizmodo family there. And Germain Lussier said a few things that he wants to see or things that may potentially happen at Star Wars Celebration. Number one, next movie. G-Baby says that he feels like they should be announcing what the next movie is at Star Wars Celebration. I love that from G. I think that's a big prediction right there from him. That's not from me. That's from G.
That's what he'd like to see, or he thinks
These are things that he wants to see, but also he feels should happen or are probably going to happen. So in other words, these are predictions, but also things that he anticipates seeing. Okay?
Okay.
That number one is the movie. What is going to be the next Star Wars movie? You like that? Talk to me about that.
I think every week we talk about, well, this project got scrapped, this project got scrapped. We recently just talked about how they've hired a new writer to look at this script that Damien Lindelof wrote. I don't think they actually have a plan yet, and I don't think they're gonna, overpromise and underdeliver. So Disney does was it D23?
Yeah.
I think that might be that, or if they do San Diego Comic-Con, they might do it
Christ,
then.
seriously?
No,
we can't get a fucking...
I'm telling
What's
you.
the point of a Star Wars Celebration if we're not going to have some of these types of surprises? No, dude, they fucking did the Rogue One announcement at Star Wars Celebration. This is the type of shit that you're supposed to do.
They had it in the can ready to go. Like I said, every week we talk about
Damn,
how
man.
uncertain...
That'll be disappointing now, especially then now that G-Baby's put it out there.
I could be completely wrong. I hope I am wrong. But let's just be real.
I hope you are too.
I hope I'm wrong. But I just don't see it happening.
You're wrong. I'm gonna fucking... You know what I do with you. You know what I like to do when you're wrong. All right? Okay? Did you miss this?
That's
huh?
not... That's
when you were faking your sickness last week?
Yeah, I was faking sick. That's
Well,
exactly
actually, when the microphone canceled your entire appearance.
Yes.
By the way, someone had an idea of we should put the lost episode on Patreon.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I did say it's a good idea. I gave a big shout out. I said that's a great idea. Oh, I think it was Wedge.
Oh,
If it's not Wedge, I apologize. Who suggested
didn't see
it?
that.
Okay, then that I may have just made that up. Whoever it was, it's a faithful Yaddle head.
Okay.
And they suggested it. I'm debating because the audio quality is that shitty that I just feel like I don't even not even on Patreon is it good enough. And you never want to give someone a bad impression of your show. And if the audio quality is that shitty, even on Patreon, I feel I just don't feel great about it.
You're a professional and a perfectionist. So.
I'm a professional radio personality and have been for fucking 20 years at this point. People find that hard to believe, but it's the truth.
But, a lot of times they, like Patreon, I've seen doing research for Patreon, they do a lot of behind the scenes
We
and
need to take a
bloopers and
poll.
stuff like that. So
Also, now that I did the episode, is there even a point? I mean, he even after the episode, he said he'd still like to see a lost episode. How about this? Maybe we think about it in like Christmas or something. You know, well, you're Jewish. Hanukkah, we do some kind of treat if we're still into the idea. Because again, the audio guys, trust me, I'm not overselling this. It's shit.
It's very like
it's shit.
It's whenever I do my podcast from like if I appear on the Davey Mack Sports program, it's my audio quality.
No. Your audio quality is totally fine. Okay, your audio quality is fine. This is very distorted, and it sounds like we're 30 feet away from the microphone.
Well, you know,
this computer mic really does suck. The microphone that we bought, or I bought. Now that I think about it, Daddy, I bought a goddamn fucking HD microphone. I bought a goddamn HD web camera.
Okay.
And yeah, 50-50, right? Yaddle,
50-50.
Darth David, and Jedi Jared.
Okay.
We're my 50-50, baby.
Well, those are assets. I told you what you need to do. You didn't want to listen to me. I told you need to incorporate and then write those off as tax write-offs. But what do I know? What do I know?
Next thing on Germain Lussier's list, Ahsoka trailer.
Oh, we'll definitely see that.
He feels pretty sure that we should get that.
And I wouldn't be surprised if you see like the entire cast, like whoever's playing Ezra Bridger. I forgot the guy's name. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who's
that I would like.
I think you're gonna see like more or less whoever's live actioning Rebels. Those people you're gonna see.
Okay.
You might even get to see Steve.
What about it? Do we know if Hera is gonna be in this?
Ahsoka? Yeah, it's been confirmed. Because
well, who's the actress?
I told you it's Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who's Ewan McGregor's wife.
Oh my God! From
yeah,
Fargo?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I thought we mentioned it on the show a few episodes.
I try to block out as much of what you say as possible because it's usually shit.
Okay.
With all due respect.
Yes.
But wow, now that's a good nugget, Jared, and not a shit nugget either. You ever have a bowel movement and instead of taking one big log,
I know, yeah,
you have a bunch of little chicken nuggets come out?
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck happened? Why is my digestive system breaking my poo into chicken nuggets?
It's because you're dehydrated.
Is that really what
That's
it is?
really what
Give
it is.
yourself a point right there.
Thank you. That's really what it is.
It's fantastic. You know, one of these days, I want to do a side podcast called Shit Talk.
I can do that.
And instead of, we're not going to be like, you know, most people think shit talking is like, you know, talking smack or trash. No, we are literally going to
talk about our bowel
debate
movements.
and analyze feces on Shit Talk.
Did you ever go to back in like when the internet?
This ain't Shit Talk. This is Yaddle Chattle.
Damn it.
I'm moving on.
Okay.
You want to do Shit Talk? We'll do it as a Patreon show.
Okay.
Indiana Jones. Now, Davey Mack, it's Star Wars Celebration. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is Germain Lussier talking about? Germain Lussier brings up an excellent point because he always does. He says, last Star Wars Celebration, Indiana Jones trailer, and the last D2 conference, another Indiana Jones thing. He expects that it is Lucasfilm after all. As a result, he expects this to be no different, taking advantage of London, foreign audience, and build up a foreign marketplace and some European buzz and whatnot for Indy, which is coming out this summer. What do you think about that?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if we see James Mangold, Harrison Ford, maybe
Mads Mikkelsen?
Yeah.
He's going to be in it? Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, he's in it.
That's right. He's like a Nazi of some sort. I love it.
I think, yeah.
I love it, man.
I think it's going to be good.
Oh, I can't wait. He
also
wants...
It's got to be the big push, though, because the movie's coming out in June.
I know.
And I don't think this is like, there's nothing else that's going to be between now and then, so they've got to really hype it up.
Let's start hyping it up now. It's fucking April. Let's
really
go. I want to see I want more indie hype. It's very special to have an Indiana Jones movie. Since 1980, we've had 5. Okay? That's 43 years, 5 films. So it's a very special thing. Let's start getting the indie out there a little bit. It's April already. Come on. Next one on G Baby's list.
I think once he dies, you're gonna see a lot more Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's like, the character dies with me.
He told Lucasfilm, no one besides Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones. He does not want to see a reboot. He was cool with Han Solo because I feel like
He hates Han Solo.
I don't think so. I think that's the main difference between a side character and even though a prominent one, Harrison Ford not deluding himself, realizing this guy isn't the first, second, third probably most important part of the Star Wars original trilogy. I mean, in terms of characters, Vader, Luke, Leia are all arguably more important. You could say probably Obi-Wan and Yoda are as well.
Everyone loves
Emperor.
Han.
I mean, Han's seventh most important guy.
No, I'd probably put him in as 3. He's probably one of the more popular ones.
Who do you put?
I would say
I said important, not popular.
Oh well.
This is Darth David's rules.
Okay, fine.
I don't go by the fucking fans.
Okay.
If I went by the Star Wars fans, I'd slit my wrists and never watch Star Wars again.
Got it.
The amount of negativities, and we'll talk about it, especially after this last Mando episode, is through the roof once again. Favreau's managed to somehow Rian Johnson this thing. According to those people, I know. I think it's a bit of an overreaction. I wasn't crazy about it. Oh yeah, we'll get there. All right, the last thing on Germain's list that I want to talk about is he also said, could then we get an announcement for the movie after the movie? So in other words, he thinks that maybe we get a movie announcement, say Friday, right? And then Sunday or Monday, we get another big movie announcement. This is the one after that one. So in other words, 2 movies. Now, do you think that's daydreaming a little bit by Germain Lussier? Or do you think it's possible?
I think he's being overly optimistic.
Okay.
I'll play the pessimist here.
Okay. I know.
I just don't see a movie announcement happening. I think you
don't see not even one.
I think you're gonna get a bunch of. You're gonna probably get a trailer for what's Skeleton. You'll probably get some footage of Skeleton Crew. You'll definitely probably get some kind of trailer for the Acolyte. I think
Skeleton Crew does it go Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, then Acolyte? So you should be getting a Skeleton Crew trailer.
It's either going to be a trailer or it's going to be like a piece of an episode.
Acolyte, you'll get like one of those things where they pretend it's a trailer and it's 15, 20 seconds of cool. No. It's one of those just like it fades in and you just see like the Emperor's hood from behind and then it fades out. You know what I mean? Okay. Like one of those type of shits. You know, it's nothing, but people get all excited because they see the Acolyte coming soon. Okay.
I don't know. They just don't have a plan for the movies. They're just it's at least in my opinion, it seemed like they were throwing ideas, trying to hire people, seeing what was going to stick. And Bob's like, no, we need to have a real plan because we're going to be investing a lot of money into these films.
Well, some people are calling it an identity crisis right now with Star Wars. They're not exactly sure where to go or what they're doing. Is there an overall Marvel Cinematic Universe thing at play? Or should we just give really talented people the opportunity to tell cool stories a la Tony Gilroy with Andor? Like, what are we doing? And, I do think there's an element of that is at play.
Well, I think they want to create a universe. They want to have a shared where characters can come and go and appear.
It certainly seems like with Mando, Ahsoka, Book of Boba Fett, and we hear, not Acolyte. What was the other one you mentioned? Skeleton Crew. I think Skeleton Crew is all in the same timeline.
Yeah, so you want to have all of these things so they can build off each other. But I don't see any kind of move being.
I just call to say I love you. Sorry.
That's okay.
But when you just said it just got me in the mood.
Got it.
You know? You could certainly stall while I'm trying to put this microphone on. You're great at radio.
I am. That's why I'm working in radio. Well, maybe you know what? Maybe I should read the email now? Or do you want to do the bit? You do your bit.
I just wanted to go like this. I just called to say I love you. It's my Palpatine singing to you voice.
Thank you.
I just called to say I'm gonna melt the eyeballs out of your head. I just called to say absolute power! I love you, and I need you from the bottom of my heart. Power! Okay, go ahead.
Could you do Boogie on Wookiee Woman?
No, I can't. Go ahead, please.
That's a good one. That was a good one.
Go ahead, please. So you're going to read an email.
Oh, no. Are we? You want to talk any more about...
No. Star Wars Celebration is good. I am going to be tuning in. I'm going to love it.
So
I told you, man, this is good shit. You should really do it. It's fun.
I will. I will.
Hey, I'll tell you, I feel like they do a great job with the coverage itself. They set up a stage in the main exhibition area, and I love their little 10, 15-minute interview, talk show interview segments just as much as the panels. Okay. And I do watch the panels.
I'll tune in. I said I'll tune in. So this is an email, and we actually got into an argument about this. So before, when we wanted to do another bit, when we didn't have any live shows to watch, this is from one of our patrons. He's known as Jared's Cat.
Thank you, Jared's Cat. And which cat? Because you don't. How many do you have at this point?
4. He's Darth
the
Benny.
The fuck? He's turning into a cat lady.
No, we've had 4 cats.
No, you haven't.
Together.
No,
yes.
you haven't.
Yes, we have.
Hey, unfunny bit killer. When I fucking went to your house, I only saw 1 cat 5 years ago. 5 years later, there's 4 fucking cats.
Which one? They've died.
I know.
3 of them have died.
You are the... But do you know that you always kill the bit?
Yeah, that's my
bit. It's like
bit.
amazing. I know, but what happened? How about having some fun, playing along?
Okay. So.
Then there's comedic angles for us to do. Like, you're like, I don't know what happened, Dave, man. They must be fucking and shit. And then I'm like, oh, my God, what's with your cats? Maybe they're fucking getting drunk. Or, I don't know. Okay. See, you have fun things to do. But instead, here's what Jared does and thinks it's good radio.
Actually, Dave, your statistic is factually inaccurate.
Okay.
Now I'm going to give you the accurate stat because I take you very literal.
Goddamn email
Just
from
please,
our
read
paid
the
Patreon.
fucking email. People give me a hard time. I'm the fucking Sith. I should be fucking chopping your head off with that bit killing attitude.
Okay. Huge Eastside Dave fan from the Midnight Rider days.
Thank you, Jared's Cat. And I'm gonna call him Jared's Cat number 1 now. I'm gonna give him that designation after that compliment.
Okay.
Not cat number 4. Go ahead.
Now that my kids are old enough to fully enjoy Star Wars, what's the proper movie order?
Love it.
There's a lot of opinions online, but what's the official Yaddle Chattle movie order?
Okay, so for me, I still believe you should go episodes 4 and 5. We have Darth Vader at the end of Empire saying, "Shh, I am your father." That is unbelievable. It's one of the classic lines in cinema history. It's one of, if not the greatest twist in movie history. You must keep that intact. You do 4 and 5. Then you go back. I hate to say this, but forget about episode 1. You go back and you watch episodes 2 and 3. Because what they act like, it's kind of like a Lost episode where someone brings something up and then we flash back after Vader says, "I'm your father." Everyone in the audience is going, "What? How could he be his father? What the fuck is he talking about? Anakin Skywalker, he can't be Anakin Skywalker. What is he?" You watch episodes 2 and 3, you understand the story, you understand how he became Anakin Skywalker. Plus, then by the time you go back to Return of the Jedi, he's more human. And if you watch Return of the Jedi, he was more Anakin in that film, as once he found his connection with Luke, some of the Vader started to melt away. Some of the Sith started to melt away. So, to recap, episodes 4, A New Hope, 5, Empire Strikes Back, then we go back, episode 2, Attack of the Clones, episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and episode 6, Return of the Jedi. If you want to throw in Phantom Menace, you can. I put Phantom Menace as optional. I actually am not a Phantom Menace hater because I love the pod races. I don't get upset at Jar Jar. I love the Darth Maul stuff. But if you really look at it, for what I'm doing, you kind of don't need it, nor
No.
do you want it, because then you're going away from the original trilogy for 3 movies. You see what I'm saying? You just did 2 movies. So my way, it balances it out. You do 2 of Vader, 2 of Anakin, and then we're back at Jedi where he was both Vader and Anakin. Bamski. That's how I do it. If I'm introducing people, I say 4, 5, 2, 3, 6. What about you?
I actually do like that. I typically would say do chronological, so you get the whole story.
Take away the I'm your father.
I know that you've introduced now something I have to think about.
It's important, especially
Because
for a kid,
it's
because
a
that
huge-
shocking moment is fantastic.
So how about this? Rogue One, 4, 5.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, you don't-
He's getting his kids into this.
Okay.
We're not doing that shit yet.
Oh.
No.
No. Okay.
No. I know Vader was in Rogue One, but it's not his story. After the kids watch all this stuff,
Then you go back and watch the filler.
well, you can go one of 2 ways after Jedi, then just go 7, 8, 9.
Or you could skip that.
And then you could do Rogue One or Solo. No. We're doing, or he's asking, let's read that email again. Wasn't he asking for original trilogy?
No,
prequel-
I think he was just asking like how to introduce it.
All right, well, if you want-
he
look-
goes, "What is the proper movie order?" There's a lot of opinions online, but what's the official Yaddle Chattle movie?
4, 5, 2, 3, 6. If you want to continue, 7, 8, 9. Then have fun, do whatever you want with Clone War, with fucking Rogue One and with Solo. Do whatever you want.
I feel like with children, you might want to. They might enjoy episode 1, so you should maybe do 4, 5, 1, 2, 3.
If you want to do that, that's fine. I said that's optional. That is a legitimate, you can do that because, like I said, I love the pod races and I love the Darth Maul. The only reason why I say sometimes skip that is because I love it. But I'm realistic. A lot of the Tatooine stuff, if it's not a pod race and it's not Maul, it's
boring.
very slow. Yeah, it's very slow and it's a little dull for hardcore Star Wars fans. Me, I can get into
that.
like aliens and sand. I can get into all that shit. But it is a little. That's why I'm saying episodes 1 optional. This isn't me hating on episode 1. It's just saying it's optional. Because ultimately, I want this thing to be fun. I want the kids to have fun. I want them to enjoy themselves. You understand?
Yes.
You're taking a risk if you start a chronological order. Because, again, just being realistic, episode 1 was very polarizing. If not, hated upon.
It was,
and
yeah, but
your kids might be like, what the fuck is this? This is Star Wars? This sucks. And then you're like, no. The good ones are coming up. That's why I say just show them the good ones.
okay.
Give them the good shit first.
Okay.
All right?
All right. I can dig it.
All right. Norman Reynolds. The name is not familiar to you, Jared, but the name is familiar to me. And I'll tell you why. I watch Star Wars documentaries, unlike you.
Okay.
And as a result, I am familiar with Norman and his work. He is a production designer. Look at some of the shit that he did. Carbonite Han, he designed that.
Oh, wow.
Emperor's Throne Room, designed
Okay.
that. Dagobah, the whole fucking thing. Jabba's sail barge and the Ewok village are among the most notable production pieces that Norman Reynolds created for Star Wars. Thoughts and opinions. Or how about this? What's the coolest of that list? The coolest of Carbonite Han, Emperor's Throne Room, Dagobah, Jabba's sail barge, or Ewok village. What's the coolest thing he did?
Dagobah.
Dagobah.
Yeah.
Now, not to me, man. Man, I thought I was positive
What
you
was
were
gonna
going to
say?
get this right. But once
Oh.
again, Darth David's going to get it right.
What's the right answer?
Carbonite Han!
I guess.
We never saw... Dude, I've seen fucking swamps in movies before. I never saw a human get frozen, and the frozen shit was like a machine and shit, and it's bleeping, and then all of a sudden it's hovering, and it's taken away by a goddamn fucking stormtrooper, or by a bounty hunter.
Okay.
Frozen Han is iconic. You're talking about Yoda's little fucking house where he's eating snake soup? And I can't blame Luke Skywalker for turning that down. I mean, Yoda, get a microwave. Come up with a couple of things. Or a refrigerator. So we're not eating fucking snail and snake soup every day.
He was digging into Luke's stash.
Yeah, no wonder. He's starving. The guy can't cook for shit. He had to eat Luke Skywalker's breadsticks. Sick of it already.
I'd go for a breadstick right now.
Star Wars Hotel. A place you will never go to.
Where is it?
Just in Los Angeles. Right by Disneyland.
Of course.
I believe they've announced another distressing thing. That distressing thing is that first they've lowered the prices. Now it might not even be available to book weekdays like Wednesdays, Thursdays. They might just shut down the whole hotel. Basically, you can stay there from Friday to Monday.
Why?
It's a bomb. It's a disaster. They're making this fucking place is gonna go bankrupt soon. They totally choked with that one. And I hope that the Star Wars Hotel has not impacted the Star Wars movies and TV shows in any way. That's my concern.
If you wanted to stay in a Star Wars room, like themed room, what would it look like for you?
I mean, probably look like this. I mean, for me, just a bunch of Star Wars shit all around it. I don't need all
would it look like the inside of something very imperial where it's like clean and white and like very sterile? Or is it like there isn't something very homely about Star Wars? Like we were talking about Yoda's hut. Do you want to, if you're claustrophobic, do you really want to like sleep in like a play igloo or something like that?
Yeah.
There isn't something. No one actually lives, with the exception of maybe Han and Chewie on the Millennium Falcon. There's no like.
That'd be kind of cool.
But you could make a room that looks like the Millennium, like the living quarters of the Millennium Falcon, and have that as a room. A Disney themed hotel would make more sense, where you would have like a room for the Little Mermaid.
Well, Disney. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
A Cinderella Castle type.
That thing's gonna go away. They will either revamp it or they'll just make it into a straight up Disney hotel. Let's get into Mando. Okay. Episode 6, and then we're out of here.
Okay.
We'll do a Star Wars cage match, of course.
Sure.
Before we begin, thoughts and opinions of the episode.
I liked it.
It's getting a lot of hate online. When I was looking up Star Wars news for us, since I did all of the show prep yet again, plus 50 points to me.
Okay.
Minus 2 for him, Jedi Jared. When I was doing that, I was struggling to find regular Star Wars news stories like Donald Glover. No, it was because every news story was about someone fucking bitching about season 3, episode 6 of The Mandalorian. That took all of Google up, on my phone at least. Everyone is bitching about this. I thought it was a good episode.
Yeah, I liked it.
Now, I'm becoming the crazy Star Wars defender man.
Fanboy.
But understand this. You brought up something, right? This was you who said that Jon Favreau said he has written both seasons 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So it's like they're telling Mando in like 2 season arcs, essentially. First 2 seasons definitely were an arc, and now these next 2 seasons will be an arc, because we still haven't seen Moff Gideon.
Yeah. He's going to probably...
So I'm not panicked in that regard. I think that a lot of people are panicked, and I'm like, I can't be panicked because I foresee season 4 being very big with the payoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you see, I think there's going to be a blatant disconnect. I think Disney's going to see it because they already greenlit season 4, if I recall. Like they were like, after the huge success of season 2, I think they greenlit season 3 and 4. So I think that gave Favreau like a lot of breathing room to stretch the story out. Because
he has said to Disney that I'll do this forever. Like Jon Favreau's almost committing like a lot of his life and career to Star Wars.
Yeah.
And for that, he's getting nothing but shit from the fucking ingrate Star Wars fans. Not Yaddle heads, but you know the type that I'm talking about. The whiners and the bitchers and complainers.
Okay.
He's getting the same shit that George Lucas got in fucking 2002, which drove him out of the business. And I'm saying, let's not repeat our mistakes. Let's not be so temporary, please.
I think he's used to it because remember when Elf came out, it was like, oh, the guy from Swingers, like he directed this movie.
He's a long way from Elf. But
I'm saying, and then they're like. And then when he got Iron Man, like, this was supposed to kick off the MCU. They're like, the guy who did Elf?
No, but what I'm saying is your comparisons aren't great because by the time he got the Star Wars job, he's a much more accomplished and known than even when he got at the Iron Man job. I'm saying all of that now has made Jon Favreau certainly legit.
No, it's not about the legitimacy. It's like he's heard all of this bullshit before. He's not he's tuning it out.
He hasn't heard this from Star Wars fans.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, these critics were the same people saying, oh, the guy who did Swingers is now doing a Christmas movie? Oh, the guy who did Elf is now doing a Marvel movie?
Okay, highfalutin, snobbish critics is one thing. I'm talking about the fact that he's getting it from the fan base now.
Is he real? Is it
yes!
really the fan base?
Okay, well, it's the Twitter fan base. You can't go on Twitter without seeing everyone almost, pretty much roasting Mando. Even season 3 is getting panned at this point.
Well, no.
Because there's only 2 episodes left.
It's people on Twitter, and it's not people watching. Like, the people that are on Twitter are the small percentage of the people watching. Disney knows how many views they get.
If you Google it, though, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
the stories where there's a huge backlash right now.
Over what?
Okay. Let's get into it. The cameos.
Who cares?
Did you find him distracting?
No.
Jack Black, Lizzo, and Christopher Lloyd.
No, in fact,
and I mean technically Sasha Banks, but we saw her in last season.
I turned to my wife and I'm like, this now Christopher Lloyd has starred in Star Trek and Star Wars.
No, I was
like that.
I thought that Christopher Lloyd was great.
Oh yeah.
What about Jack Black and Lizzo?
I thought Star Wars.
A little distracting?
No, I thought Star Wars is supposed to have over the top characters.
Not trying to pick on anyone. I did not think Lizzo gave her lines in any natural way.
She's not an actress, though.
Well, then why is she getting multiple scenes? A cameo should be a cameo then.
I don't know.
Maybe. No. If you can't fucking act and you're listen, you're a megastar as a pop singer, awesome. Put her in the fucking show. I got no issues with any of this and expanding it. But once you start giving someone a meaty role where they're getting a lot of lines and lines that they cannot deliver organically, realistically, it wasn't natural. And you could see it was someone who isn't an actor. And that to me was odd. I wasn't the biggest fan of hers. I don't want to just, all of the cameos of coming down on one person. Jack Black was, I'm actually a huge Jack Black fan. In this role, I'm not sure.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't have those kind of criticisms.
Do you see him as an Imperial?
No, he's like a weird guy.
He was a rehabilitated. He's one of those rehabilitated, in that program, former Imperials. He was a fucking killer.
No, he was a bureaucrat.
Well, he was somebody bad.
He was a bureaucrat.
Okay. Still. He's a bad guy. I just don't see him as Imperial. I don't know. Maybe he was.
I think that this is a guy who was like a bureaucrat and now he's been given in charge of something and he's like, I'm going to make this my own thing. None of the cameos bothered me.
Okay.
Christopher Lloyd's in his fucking 80s.
Oh, no. Christopher Lloyd was good.
He was fine.
I actually thought that was cool, but let's get to it. Let's just quickly run over what happened. Calamari and Squid Guy.
So
at the beginning, they had a love story, and I'm predicting that the little Calamari was the son of the prince in the Clone Wars.
That's probably what it is.
They had the Clone Wars episode, and there was the prince, and he even dressed similarly. But now that prince would have been grown up; he'd be a king. This is that guy's. This is that kid's son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I think. And who knows? Maybe she's someone important. I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
I actually thought that was kind of cute.
I was curious who the voices were. I thought it was Rupert Grint.
I'll tell you, the squid lady, we should have looked it up. Why didn't we?
I don't know.
Look it up then, you fucking asshole.
Oh, I thought you knew
the
it.
Squid lady,
You're like, I'll tell you.
No! Because the squid lady sounded so familiar.
I thought it was Kate Beckinsale.
I was like, I know who this person is.
All right, so what am I Googling?
And whoever it is, she has to be in either Harry Potter or just look up episode 6, season 3 cast. Either Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. The lady squid person is definitely going to be in one of those 3 films, I feel.
I'm looking it up.
Oh my God, he takes so long. Who is it? Squid lady.
Christine Adams?
Christine Adams as Quarren Captain, as the Quarren Captain.
Harry Holland.
All right, now you gotta forget. I don't know who Harry is, but just Google image Christine Adams just to see if she's anyone famous that we know, because her voice sounded so familiar, it's unbelievable. I thought that was a great part. They had a little hug. I liked the calamari going, but I love you. It was just so fucking weird. Not too familiar looking.
No.
I'm sure I've seen her somewhere, but
she was on Black Lightning.
Okay. All right. Now we're done. You can put the phone down, please. Okay. Now you're just scrolling.
Okay.
An actress.
All right.
You see what he does?
Sure.
They get out. The Mando and the Bo-Katan. They go to the weird what I'm calling the Disney World planet. It not only looked like Walt Disney's original plans for Epcot.
That's probably what it came from.
With the fucking thing in the middle, but also the rings with the water and everything looked. And then on top of it, they just decided we'll take out Walt's thing. His original thing was a tower. And then we'll just put the Epcot and just complete. This will be everything Walt Disney Epcot. They even had the fucking domed Epcots. And what I thought was funny was the monorail. They get in that. And it's because it's a former Imperial planet. The monorail is kind of like being in jail, like a police car. Like, they got locked in, they can't get out. And even though the lady had the nice, polite Disney World voice of like, welcome to the planet. And she's also like, please do not try to escape the vehicle or whatever she fucking said. Please do not try to get out of the car. I enjoyed that. I thought that was cool. They get in, there's Jack Lizzo. Jack Lizzo. There's Jack Black and Lizzo.
That's a great name.
And they're all silly and wacky. Everyone's getting drunk and fucked up on secretions. Yeah. I like that. Have a sip of secretions. What is that? Shit?
No, it's probably like it's like a mushroom.
Okay.
I
thought they were going to get some weird space alien and either do
lick
poo
it.
or urine, or I hate to say this, but they milk it.
Jesus.
And they get some kind of alien jizz.
It's probably milk.
Okay.
Kind of
I didn't know. He said secretions. Maybe tell Jack Black, stop it with the beard and be a little bit more specific with the language, for Christ's sakes.
Got it.
Then they go on a mission. The mission is find a bad rogue droid or two who are fucking things up. They hunt for this one guy. They find him. They shoot him. They kill him. They go into a droid bar because they found a card. And the card led him to a droid bar. What do you think about the droid bar? That is a little controversial, believe it or not.
Why?
People thought, what the fuck is this? People thought there would never be a droid bar in the Star Wars galaxy.
Did people not,
as they're looked at as like refrigerators?
Did people not realize this was supposed to be like a film noir episode? Because that's what it is. The rich people.
It's a cop. It's
the cops.
It's Seven.
Yeah,
not in the, but it's your classic 2 detectives trying to solve a murder.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's what it is.
Your classic fucking shit. Law and Order, hell, French Connection.
Yeah.
With your classic 2 guys, we got fucking True Detective with McConaughey and Harrelson. That's what we just saw. I was okay with it. But what about the droid bar?
I thought it was great. I was kind of thinking maybe.
But why would they? I did think to myself, how and why would they go there? Because if you're a droid, you're working for someone. And probably when you're not working for them, wouldn't you be shut off? You're just wandering around?
Well, a lot of the droids are sentient. They know they're alive, but they also know they're droids.
Yeah, but my point is they're working for the humans. Don't they, like, you know... It
might
would be as
might
if-
just have been a plot hole.
It would be as if my microwave decided, okay,
But-
Dave's not using me to heat food right now, so I'm just going to walk out of his apartment and do something fun on my own. That doesn't make a lot of sense. They're appliances.
And all of
No?
yeah, but you got to have that CD bar, and the whole thing is about droids.
All right.
So you got to have that, like, in all these cop shows and all the film
So you're
noir
saying
movies,
the only
they go
reason
to-
for
they
the
go to
bar-
the CD bar because it's a trope.
Was for the detective show.
Is for a
Okay.
detective show. They
All
always go to the bar. They ask the bartender.
Fair enough,
The bartender
but did it
always
need to be
knows
a-
more. Than he lets on.
Fair
and
enough, but did it need to be a droid bar? You know what?
I thought it was cool.
I'm okay with it too.
I thought it was cool. aesthetic.
I'm playing devil's advocate. Darth David is the devil's advocate component of the show. I'm trying to, put some holes in it. At the end of the day, sometimes Star Wars just tickles my happy genes, and me seeing a bunch of robots not get liquored up, but I guess get oiled up. That struck me as funny, even though logically there are a couple holes in it. But I don't fucking care.
It's fun. That's
And this
the
is
point of Star Wars.
This is why you and I are in a minority. Because we can have fun and overlook that shit. And at this point, in the way society is, the second one thing slightly irritates you, you lose your shit and you despise whatever that project was for the rest of your life.
Is it a plot hole? Okay. But I don't really care. It's not a big plot hole.
Yeah, I know. It was fun. It was fun. I agree.
And it leads into what? A chase? There's a chase scene?
Well, it happened after the chase. The droid bar was after the chase. They did the chase. They killed him. They found the card, which led them to the droid bar.
And that's such a...
The droid bar, though, leads them to Christopher Lloyd.
But that's such a classic,
Yeah.
film noir...
Oh, yeah.
Cop thing where there's a chase. It leads to another clue. How do you not like this shit? This is
I don't know.
great.
I don't know, because Jon Favreau is not doing anything this season that he didn't do in the first two seasons, which is take certain genres of movies, the gangster, the western, so on and so forth, and put them in The Mandalorian. He's been doing this from day one. But it's his turn in the barrel. I could fucking smell it before it happened. I told you this was gonna happen. It did. I'm good at this shit.
No, you're okay. You're right, but I still think that the overwhelming majority of the people are probably enjoying this.
I don't know about that, Jared. Christopher Lloyd, though, they find out that Christopher Lloyd is a separatist sympathizer who looks up to Count Dooku,
which is,
and he's pro-democracy. Now, I like that line where he was like, "I'm pro-democracy, fucking republic." The Empire, all that shit means nothing to me. And you know what? They're playing ping pong between the Republic and the Empire. We had the Republic, then we have the Empire. Then we have the New Republic, then we have the First Order. It's like ping pong, boom, baby. And this guy's like, you know what? I can avoid all of the fucking headaches of that shit if I stay true to my separatist roots from the prequel trilogy. And that's where his age actually really helped. He would be a very old man. Oh, I loved that. In fact, I hate to say it, I loved it so much. I kind of wanted more of that. When he revealed himself to be a separatist sympathizer and all this shit, I almost wanted to hear more about that mythology or see it or find out about it or experience it. Are there other guys like this out there? Are there other weird freaks, Dooku sympathizers and shit like that? Are there Emperor sympathizers? You know, who else are there Vader sympathizers? I want to know.
Well, because Dooku was the leader of the separatists.
Yes.
Like, he was...
No, I know, but what I'm saying is this guy holding on to that, ideology for all those years, there's got to be other freaks who look up to other Star Wars villains.
I actually thought it was very interesting because there are a lot of, again, some subtext themes that I wouldn't necessarily expect from Star Wars, but they're saying the droids have replaced people doing jobs.
That was good.
Christopher Lloyd is very much in the minority in the sense that he's working.
Yes, go ahead.
Whereas most people are free to pursue leisurely activities, and that's been very much a fear of a lot of people now that machines will continuously put people out of work.
I mean,
and then what?
We are really looking at that. I don't know, because what they are not doing a great job. Like, that planet might have it figured out.
Well, because they have it figured out because they have like an almost unlimited source of energy, and therefore with an almost unlimited source of energy, you have almost unlimited source like resources. Like, that's the whole thing. Like,
We could have unlimited energy if you want to be honest. Tesla discovered this over 100 years ago. But, our fucking corrupt governments and global energy corporations refuse to let that happen. But listen, this ain't fucking conspiracy chattel. It's Yaddle Chattle, okay? Now, Dark Saber.
Yes.
This is how the show ends. Bo-Katan goes back to see Sasha Banks, that British guy, Mando, and
is that supposed to be her brother?
She said something about a brother, but I wasn't seeing that. I don't remember her having a brother, just a sister in Satine.
Yeah. I don't know. Well,
it's possible.
Remember, she was also talking about her father a lot, and like, they didn't really talk. Neither one of them talked about the.
Maybe
father
it is.
I
don't know. But I noticed that myself. The fight was good. I thought more controversy right here. People hated him just giving Bo-Katan the dark saber.
He doesn't want it.
My point was, why didn't he just do that after that one monster? He should have done that. I thought that was weird when she saved him from that robotic spider in, what was that, episode 2 or 3? It feels like it was long ago.
I think that was 2.
2. When she saved him and she used the Darksaber to do it, I thought Mando right then and there would have said, keep it. Keep it. We may have discussed this on Yaddle Chattle.
No, I don't think we did. I think that
we probably did off the air like a bunch of assholes.
I don't think he wants it. Like, he wants to go back to Mandalore because he wants to have like
he doesn't use it well either.
Well, that's true too, and she
does.
He's the reluctant hero, and she's like, gimme. I can be that person. I want to be the leader. I want to restore Mandalore. And he's always like, oh, well, I'm the one who best did.
All right, two quick questions.
Go ahead.
Quick questions. Number one, with regards to the Darksaber. Okay, should they have gotten into a fight? A lot of Star Wars fans were saying they should have had a big, huge-ass battle, Mando versus Bo-Katan for the Darksaber. And it also felt like that was a good part of Bo-Katan's character, that she could backstab him. I was the one telling Stanley Mack, because he thought, my son, Sith Stanley, he said he thought that the armorer would turn heel and back. I said, I just don't see that. She's too motherly. But Bo-Katan wants that Darksaber. So I feel like, her getting it right now or in that fashion might have taken a little drama out. But secondly, what did you think about the final shot, which was Bo-Katan standing clearly center of frame, the cool shot with the Darksaber, and Mando totally on the side. Like, on the side, to the point where as they're zooming in, I almost thought they were going to zoom in and he would be out of the frame. They kept him in the frame, but it was like that close to him going out of the frame. A lot of Star Wars fans or Mando fans were pissed off at this, saying, what the fuck? Here's another time where a good character, a main character, is now getting shelved or elbowed.
I don't think that. I think eventually she's going to die. I think she's probably either going to die in battle.
Wow.
Or
that's a prediction. Or
she's going to sacrifice herself. Because, again, the whole thing is about the Mando not wanting this. He doesn't want, he wants to go back to Mandalore. That's his, prime thing. And now he's got to raise this kid. So he's got to worry about these two things.
Grogu's racist?
No, I said he's got to raise this kid.
I thought you said he's got a racist kid.
No.
I was like, what the fuck is Grogu's problem?
He has to
Who's he hating on?
He has to be a parent. Sorry, let me clarify. He has to be
it just sounded like you said he has a racist kid. That's all.
I'm stuffy. Sorry. It's allergies.
I mean, if you know something, if Grogu has a fucking Confederate flag, on his bumper sticker or whatever the shit, just let me know.
I think
I didn't know that Grogu was racist. I mean, this is shocking news right here. Go ahead now. Finish it up.
he doesn't like the orange kind.
Well, I agree with you. Listen, overall, I thought it was a good episode.
That's the whole point of like there's supposed to be this dichotomy. Like he doesn't
always
want
a dichotomy.
He doesn't want the responsibilities. Like the fact that he could have just easily stayed on that one planet with Carl Weathers and been like the marshal and had like a really good life. Like he's gonna give him the prime real estate. He could have raised his kid there and been like Marshal Dillon. He doesn't want that. He wants to go home. He wants to have this home base. And I think that's his whole thing is like, I want to go back to Mandalore.
I gotcha.
Because he wants to feel legit like that guy. Remember what her brother said? He's like, that guy's not even Mandalorian.
Yeah, well, the brother's a fucking asshole.
Well, but the point is he wants to be considered a Mandalorian.
All right.
And by doing
Fair
that,
enough.
he lives on the planet.
So you like the episode?
Oh, yeah. I've loved this entire season.
Okay.
I
did too.
I really did.
I thought there were a couple things that were a little bit wacky, but again, some of this shit is just like, well, that was a little weird for me, and I have a good time with the episode, rather than, what the fuck is that? Like, people are getting really angry. And also,
what I'm upset
with
about,
the fact that we know that Jon Favreau wrote 3 and 4 together, that really does change things. The Star Wars fans are freaking out about, hey, this is episode. Yeah, there's only 2 episodes, and I'm like, no, this was the 6th episode of a 16 episode arc. You must look at it differently. This was the 6th episode of a 16 episode arc. Okay, Jared, we gotta go. We gotta go.
But we still have to see Bill Burr.
Give us a cage match, fast.
Fine.
Fast.
Let's do Lando versus Poe Dameron.
Lando Calrissian versus Poe Dameron?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Poe Dameron. I'm gonna tell you why. I don't think Lando fights that well. Han knocked him down with 1 punch after he had been tortured by Vader in Bespin. What kind of fucking pussy shit is that? Secondly, in the Solo movie behind me, you know, Han would fuck around with him and this and that. The guy was getting shot. The guy, he is a ladies' man, my friend. That's what Lando Calrissian, he is a lover.
He's
not a fighter.
Okay.
But I mean, legitimately, on screen, we've seen him not be a fighter. Poe Dameron for the win.
Interesting. Well, we literally, to counter that, we saw Leia tase Poe Dameron, and not see it coming.
Yeah, this isn't about...
He let a middle-aged woman, like, sucker punch him, basically.
This wasn't about intelligence. We put... Star Wars cage match, if I can refresh the rules, is about putting Poe Dameron and Lando Calrissian in a Hell in a Cell, a la WWE, and have them fight it out.
I think Lando's going to roll up his fist, and he's going to kick him right in the groin and play dirty.
No way. Final ruling, Poe Dameron would win that fight. Give me 55 points for the correct answer, and Jared... minus 45 for the incorrect answer. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Fine.
We gotta go.
Fine. You can follow
It's time to go.
I'm trying to plug your shit.
All right, let's go. Right.
You can follow Eastside Dave across all social media platforms at Eastside Dave. You can check us out on eastsidedavecountry.com, the Watcher / Yaddle Chattle feed. You can also check us out on Eastside Dave TV on YouTube. Then also, you can swing over to patreon.com / eastsidedave and join now so you get the first episode of the satellite years at the 250 because that's
it's coming in April.
We're working on it.
It's coming in April. We're not gonna say what date it is because we don't know yet.
I'm not.
It's happening in April. But if that's April 30th, don't fucking sue us either.
Join now so you get it at the 250 tier because the next time we're raising it to the $5 tier. So,
all right.
Get it in now so you get at least that for that value because we appreciate you guys.
The show will be called Tales from the Satellite. It will be me talking about my 9 to 10 year career on SiriusXM satellite radio, in which I was involved in the Ron and Fez show, the Opie and Anthony show, the Special Delivery starring Sam and Dave show, and the Davey Mac Sports program, all which appeared on SiriusXM. So, that'll do it. Listen, I like the episode too. I love Mandalorian. I love seeing the aliens. I love seeing the Star Warsy fun-ness of it.
I don't understand.
It's fun.
We finally...
It's not Andor. Andor is different, and it can be awesome and be its own unique thing, and Mando can be awesome in its own unique thing, and we can have lots of fun with both. Because they both keep each other fresh.
Yes.
Andor, you don't get no aliens, a lot of no Star Wars shit. It's still a great show.
It's high drama.
But yeah, you're getting great storytelling about the rise of the rebellion. It's very focused on that. Forget about Jedi, Sith, Mandalorians, and all that stuff. So I got no issues. I'm happy with the season, and I'm looking forward to seeing these last 2 episodes.
Yeah, me too.
All right, I'll do it. His name is Jedi Jared, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Darth David, and we want to thank you, Yaddle heads. You're the best. We love you. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.